some of the most iconic characters of 2013. Naina, Meena Appa, and then Leela. She's the only actress to have back-to-back films in the 100 crore club. She also completely dominated the awards last year. She was competing against herself. She is her only competition. The one and only Deepika. Give it for her. So Deepika, you're back. After 4 back-to-back hits last year, you have a new one releasing this week. Are you excited? Nervous? Anxious?
Hi, everybody. Yes. I'm going to start crying. This is extremely overwhelming. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. To everyone who's saying I love you too. Yeah, we have a film called Finding Fanny that releases on the 12th of September.
Yes, and are you nervous, excited, anxious?
I think it's different this time because I think it's a very different film. Yes. You know, and while it's a film that I believe that everyone is going to relate to, the reason why it's an English language film is because the film is set in Goa. And people in Goa primarily speak either English or Konkani. That's the reason why the film is in English, for no other reason.
How hard is it really to work in Goa? Wasn't it really just a lot of fun? I mean, all of you are together, it's Goa.
A lot of fun. Homi Adajania, the director of the film, is someone I trust immensely and someone I'm very, very comfortable with. He's sort of very, very instrumental for my performance in Cocktail.
Yeah.
And
he's very lucky for you as well.
Actually, the only reason I did this film is because I knew I was going to have a great time making it. You know, I've never been someone who worries about the end result. You can never tell, you know, because I think the audience today is so, you know, I think the mood of the youth keeps changing all the time. So you can't say, there's no formula to making a successful film. I think the only thing that you can do as an actor is to be honest to what you're doing, go by your instinct as far as choosing the scripts are concerned, and most importantly, have a great time.
So this is the bit I don't understand, right? A lot of the reading and stuff that you've said is that you were socially awkward when you were in school.
Yeah.
How do you go from being socially awkward to being stunning supermodel and then superstar? How does that transformation happen?
It's hard. It's very, very hard. Like even me sitting here right now, that's exactly what I said. It's a bit overwhelming for me. When fans come up to me for pictures and autographs, I get extremely overwhelmed and to a point where I start behaving very awkwardly.
Is she behaving awkward right now?
So, this is my understanding. A lot of people do say that I come across as someone who's comfortable and confident. But yes, I must say that over the years, with every film that I've done, it's given me a little amount of confidence. And I have become comfortable, even with my awkwardness.
Can you give us a little bit of how you have overcome that? Because it may help a lot of people here who are shy, you know, your confidence mantra.
For example, if I went to an industry party where, you know, of course I know everybody, but I'm not someone who's, I'm not an extrovert. I'm not someone who'll initiate a conversation. A couple of years ago, I would probably still have to go to one of these parties and still feel the need to make conversation with people because that's the thing to do. But today, I'm comfortable knowing that it's okay to be socially awkward. You know, everyone doesn't have to be an extrovert. You don't have to always strike conversation with somebody all the time. And I'm happy to sit in a corner alone if needed.
But you always stood out. Did you stand out in school? Okay, maybe you were socially
stand
awkward.
out.
You were very tall. So you had the long legs already. Show the long legs. Go on, show the long legs.
Long leg, I mean, tall, yes.
Were you gawked at even in school then?
Yeah, but whenever we stood in the assembly line, I was always second last because there was a girl who was taller than me. And her mother's the one who actually encouraged me. I am here today because of her, Anila Anand.
Wow. So she encouraged you to step out, and
she encouraged me to take up this profession. She's the one who said you have it in you to become a model. She encouraged me into getting into modeling. I think films was my own thing. Whenever I saw a movie, whenever I saw Madhuri Dixit on screen, or whenever I saw Sri Devi on screen, not that I wanted to be like them, but I always somewhere deep down inside saw myself doing that at some point in my life.
So what is it that you crave that you're not getting now, like in your day or in your week? What is it that you really crave? You just wish, oh, I could do this.
Food.
Food.
Food. I love eating. I have a huge problem. I love eating. I have to just keep eating all the time. Even if I'm not eating, I just need to know that, listen, there is food in the vicinity. So I can just pick and choose.
So what kind of food do you like?
I like my dosas, man. I'm a South Indian. I like my idlis and dosas and rasam once in a while.
So is food your companion? Is it what pulled you through some of your darkest days? Like, you know, when you had that period, a lean period, where your films were not doing well before Cocktail, right?
No, it's my mind that pulled me out of that situation.
So talk about that a little bit, please.
The mind really rocks, no?
So it wasn't food. You weren't like sort of like stress eating, like a lot of us here do.
I've always believed that there's nothing that can compensate or make up for your state of mind. As people, we don't realize our own strengths and the kind of inner strength that we actually have within ourselves sometimes to be able to pull yourself out of a situation.
Do you remember any one incident that kind of showed you that or told you that, or, you know, like a turning point which said, you know, I can do this. I have the inner strength to take all the flack or the criticism that's coming.
Absolutely. It happened, in fact, right after my first film. I think I had such a massive debut with Om Shanti Om, and it was so well received. And but after that, I had a lull period. You know, everybody talks about 2013 when Deepika had 4 massive hits. I've also had a 2010 when I had 4 massive flops.
So how did you where did you find the inner strength?
I think you have to just tell yourself that this too shall pass, you know, and instead of looking at everything very, very minutely and for the moment, I think if you just focus on the larger picture, and I think the youth today tends to do that sometimes, you know. I think everyone is looking at short-term goals. Everybody wants everything now. Nobody wants to start at the bottom anymore. Everybody just wants to get to the top. You're not going to get to the top if you don't start right at the bottom. And you have to work your way up. And that's because when you work your way up, it's solid. You know that it's never going to be taken away from you.
So we have somebody here with us in the audience who's also found the inner strength to triumph over a lot of things that went wrong in her life. She's here. I'd like to ask her to come and dance with you on Lungi Dance. She lost one of her legs in a motorcycle accident, and then she taught herself to dance. So we have 2 people who found their inner strength, and they are going to dance for us together, Lungi Dance. Can we have the music, please?
इतना मजा
going to be seeing more of Shubh later in the day. Thank you. Okay, so we did an Insta poll today in the audience. Can we have the results of that up on the screen? Basically, it says, what is the most important thing for you? To the audience is what we asked them. And 17% of them said love. 23% of them said jobs. 30% said family. And 24% said friends. And politics, I think it's 6%, if I can read it right. So it's right up there. Family and friends is right up there. Now, how is your time spent with the family? Because you're so busy and they're in a different city. So can you tell us a little bit about how you keep that connection going?
A lot of who I am today is from the kind of support that they've given me and the strength that your family gives you, you know. The 2 years that I worked really hard to make 2013 happen, I compromised on relationships with my parents, with my friends, because I was just so focused, I thought, you know, I was just so into my work at that point that I didn't allow my mind to sort of do or think about anything else. In fact, I took a break for 2 months to sort of just cut off from everything. In fact, then I did the reverse. I just cut myself out from all the work, all the emails, all the calls. I just told my people back in the office, I said, do not contact me for 2 months. And I needed to take that time to reconnect with my family, with my friends, and most importantly for myself, to find myself all over again.
Okay, so just to take a little bit of a break from that, is we have some dandiyas here.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Deepika Padukone.
You are a super hit, but you know, this is a youth forum. And youth is a complicated time. It's when your hormones are raging, you've got that almighty pressure of the future hanging over you. So let's start with your youth as Fubu, the fatso failure. Can we have an image of what I'm talking about? So that's Fubu. You were 140 kilos, you dropped out of school, you failed and dropped out of school. Could you remember what was your state of mind then and what kept you going?
See, in talking in retrospect, everything seems so simple and easy. It was a difficult time. Like I was telling you backstage, everybody has their own journey and you learn from it. I've been very, very fortunate. I've had the ability to make my choices, live with my decisions. I've never been told to do things by my family. I did them my way. So wherever I am, I know my teachings are my own. I will never blame anybody for what has happened. The complexities that make you, I assume, make you a stronger person. They define your existence. So my journey defines who I am today. And I can say I would not like to change things. I would like to, but I can't. That's very important to understand.
So would you say that you lost the weight and then you started thinking, okay, I don't need to be behind the camera, but I can come in front, and then you decided to become an actor? Or did you just say, because it's really an insecure-making business to be in front of the camera, right?
It is. I mean, I used to try losing weight and walking on the treadmill when I used to see Hrithik Roshan doing Dhoom Machale. And I used to say, Mera kuch nahi hone wala. No, Salman bhai said, I think you can be an actor. Kahin na kahin mere andar wo keeda tha. Maine bas daba ke rakha tha. As a fat kid, you know, you are a bit conscious about it. It used to emerge from time to time. Jab koi party hoti thi, to main naachta tha. I used to have this innate ability to imitate some people sometimes. I also was observant.
Music, please.
Saturday,
But this is as much my song as Varun Dhawan, so thank you for that.
So, this is also Alia's song.
This is also Alia's song.
Are you seeing her?
No.
Were you ever seeing her?
No.
Do you want to be seeing her?
They've decided on my behalf. Yeah. Should I see anybody? जिंदगी भर कवारा रहूं तेरे लिए बस तेरे इंतजार में वेट करूंगा मैं चल तू आ जा No, I'm not seeing anybody. I'm not seeing Alia. Unfortunately, I'm single.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, now I feel I'm ready for a relationship.
Okay,
you
so
think I'll find somebody in Delhi?
let's say you want an actor and you could sort of be on the net describing yourself on Tinder or something like that. What would be your little profile, you know, for okay, this is the kind of girl that I want.
I don't have a type, yeah.
No one has a type, but
yeah,
like...
so, I mean, I don't have this preconceived notion. Whenever you think you want something now, God always does the opposite any which way. So you should never have this prototype or think about, kash, aisi ladki mil jaye, waisi ladki mil jaye. I've realized when you least expect it, it comes and hits you. You fall for people, you fall for a girl, or you fall for someone when you don't expect it. And that's what's happened to me at least very often. When I've thought I like somebody, it's not worked out, but when I've not realized and I end up suddenly waking up and realizing, oh, I feel this much for her. So it's always...
And has it been reciprocated more often than not, or...?
You know, honestly, in the beginning, I didn't have the ability to go and speak to girls. So I couldn't even tell them what I felt. It's like Finding Fanny. They ask us in so many interviews, has there been that one that got away? In my case, there have been many that got away. Because I didn't have the ability to even go and say hi. I come across as very shy. Not shy, actually. Most people call me arrogant. Because I have this deadpan expression and I have these eyes that look like I'm constantly staring at people. It's just, I'm very within myself. It takes me a lot to come, I mean, for me to do this, what I'm doing now, I'm kind of, I want to give myself a pat on the back. I've not actually dealt with crowds.
We'll give you a pat on the back. Come on!
I'm very, very shy and I can be an introvert and I get misconstrued as being arrogant.
We have to round up, unfortunately, soon, but...
No, I want to stay longer.
Yeah, you can. But before you go, I have 3 things that you're going to do to show off your acting skills. One is a 30-second or a 1-minute motivational speech that you're going to give in the style of Anil Kapoor.
God.
Wait. Advocating the use of condoms.
I didn't say I'm a spontaneous actor. I'm a very rehearsed actor. I've decided today I'm a very rehearsed actor. You have to give me this at least a day in advance.
Yeah, but Anil Chacha you can do spontaneously.
Anil Chacha, but then
so give 20 seconds, yaar. Give 2 lines.
About
because I know that you are very much like, because your friend did an ad for Durex and stuff, and you
yes.
really support the idea.
Please give him a very big hand right now for what he's done. And don't just give him a big hand, all you guys start using what he's talking about. No, see,
obviously, that this is a youth forum and we're advocating safe sex.
Hamari abadi already kafi hai, boss.
So, chalo, Anil Chacha, give you a line.
Give me a line.
Or will you do it with, just make it up with as Anil Chacha.
Anil Chacha only talks about himself.
Okay.
Kya lag raha, mind blowing jhakas. What a player! Slumdog millionaire!
Okay, so I have another situation for you.
Okay.
This is in Sallu Bhai style. Okay? And this situation is, he is giving you a major jhad, a telling off for having a public brawl over a girl.
You know, you guys are going to think I'm the worst actor in this world because I really can't react to a situation right now.
They love you anyway, okay? So you just need to say one word and they'll shout.
The thing with Salman Bhai is, he would just be very, just give the looks. तुम लोग अपनी पिक्चर बना रहे हो अलग बात. Um, why? Don't have to do that. Don't have to do that. कोई ज़रूरत नहीं करने की. You're not thinking. You're not thinking. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that for a girl. You're
But
fighting
Salu
for a girl.
bhai, you know,
Yeah, he wouldn't talk too much. He would just look at me and I would be shitting bricks.
Okay, one last one. You are standing in a line waiting for the washroom with Mila Kunis, pre her pregnancy, in an intimate after party of, let's say, like the Oscars or something.
Are you going to be Mila Kunis for me?
And no, I wish. And you're going to patao her Ranveer Singh style.
Boss, I need a lot of energy for that. Where is this line? And where is Mila Kunis? Actually, Ranveer Singh doesn't need Mila Kunis. He's just...
Now, we're going to have a surprise in a second. But before that, I want to know just one thing that you have to be careful about when you're doing love scenes with your best buddy's girlfriend.
You gotta try very hard to make sure you don't fall in love. And make sure you've brushed your teeth in the morning and had chewing gum most of it. Forget the best buddy's girlfriend, but she's still a girl. That's most important.
So it's very hard not to fall in love with this girlfriend.
Exactly.
And this is the surprise.